Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Race for Eeloo. So after we returned that Minmus mission, which you saw at the very end of the last episode, I didn't write down the exact number, but we had over 2,000 science, and I'm outlining right now for you everything that we researched. I didn't bother to keep track or even count how many techs we researched, but somewhere in here I researched all of those, and so now today what we're going to work on instead, I think the Artemis project is pretty much done, but now that we have a whole bunch of new parts, we're going to get started on making a space station, an orbital space station, so that we can make transitions much easier within the Kerbin system, and possibly assemble larger ships in orbit. Anyway, I am going to get started on making the core and some of the components, and we will skip to that here in just a second. Alright, and here we are on the launch pad. We are here with the space station core. I'm thinking the space station is going to be called Nexus. It sounds like a good name, but if anybody has better names, feel free to send those to me. So we've got a bit of a slow takeoff here, but we've got a pretty good sized core up here. I'm thinking we'll have a big enough rocket to do it, but yeah, we had so many new parts come in from that last boost of science. Just oh my goodness, like I think we got these RCS tanks here. Just a whole bunch of utility parts. I think we got the lights, we got some of the more advanced solar panels that we're going to put on as attachments. We got these docking ports. We got these RCS ports that are that are lining this thing. Just a ton of stuff, and I think a space station is the next logical progression because of all the parts that we just unlocked. So I will see you all in orbit once we get up there. Okay. And we are just working on smoothing out the last bit of our orbit. We just need to push out our periaps just a tiny bit, and once we do that, we'll be done. But there's a very specific reason why I'm putting the orbit at 250 kilometers, and that's because we need it to be that high for if we want to time accelerate quicker. So the closer you are to any given body, the less it will let you time accelerate. For instance, on like when you're within Kerbin's atmosphere, you can only time accelerate up to 4 times. When you're just above the atmosphere, it will only let you accelerate to, I think it's the 4th, which is I'll figure that out in just a sec. The point being, I can time accelerate 1 step further as long as I'm above 240 kilometers, and that means a lot. That means like another factor of 10 in terms of time acceleration, which means that when we're just waiting for stuff to align with the space station, it won't take as long. Also, we don't have to like play around so much with the or no, I should say we have a lot more room to play, because if we're just above the atmosphere, we can't go down at all. We can only go up to match the orbits and for them to have an encounter. So it's better for it to be up higher so that things are going a little slower. We have a little more room to move around in, and so on and so forth. I'm just gonna try and okay, I need to go the other way with the node here. I'm just trying to align this with the one of the comsats that I put up a couple episodes ago. Actually, I think it was last episode. Either way, I just need to do one more minor correction maneuver, and then the space station will be, at least the core, will be in place. the apoapse back in ever so slightly, just a couple thousand meters. Now the annoying thing with this is that because there's so much RCS on it, just trying to adjust the orientation of the craft changes the orbit, because they are small rockets. But I think, am I gonna be that much of a stickler for uniformity? Yeah, probably. So let's just correct this one more time. Ooh, okay. I literally just need to like hit shift and then turn it off, because it's gonna be. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough to me. As long as it's within 250 to 251,000, I think I can live with myself if I do that. So let me just time accelerate a little bit forward so we can get this thing into the sunlight. We have a small eclipse just then. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I'm just gonna spotlight this thing just a little bit before we go and add the attachments. But yeah, we've got a plethora of docking ports here. We've got 4 around the base here, 3 up here, only 3 so that, you know, Kerbals can still exit the hitchhiker container here, and another on top, and another on the bottom here, as well as RCS ports, 2 sets at the bottom, 1 set in the middle in between the SAS and the science bay, another between the science bay and the hitchhiker's pod, capsule, I don't know what you want to call it, hitchhiker storage bay, and then another set up here, as well as, and this is my favorite part, lights! I always put lights on my space station so that I can see them once they're in their full glory, but we don't have a lot of power available at the moment because we only have these solar panels here on the side of the hitchhiker's tank. Actually, I think it is just those. Like, it's just 8 here, or 4 here, 4 here, 4 on either side, and then 2 under the docking ports right there, with just a couple small batteries. But once we get further along in our tech, we'll ship up some larger batteries. But for now, all I'm going to do is decouple that so that flies off into space and frees up that docking port. And I will see you all once we have the attachments sent up here. Okay, and we are now closing in on the core of the space station. So we're just going to. I'm thinking we're just going to detach. We're just going to decouple this and guide it in with RCS. Gonna dump a little more fuel, I guess, but it's okay. It'd be different if we were in a career game where... Where's the thing? Okay, there it is. Where we had to actually worry about costs, but we are not, so we do not have to worry about that. But yeah, see, this thing moves around very, very easily. It's very maneuverable. It's very easy to control. It's got RCS ports all over the place. It's even got some SAS modules on it. Just makes it very easy to control. Just trying to get this kind of lined up, getting a feel for the controls. I don't really particularly like that they changed how RCS works when you're in docking mode, because now it's on a completely different set of keys, whereas before I could just change the setting and it would change what set of controls I was using, and that made it very easy because the controls were at least had some kind of translation to things. But now I have to. I mean, it's mostly just me griping, but. Stop. Yes, whenever we do docking, you're going to see just how bad my ineptitude is at this kind of thing. Because I'm not. I mean, I guess we're docking on this side now. Just gotta kind of relax and take. I like how just a couple seconds ago I was saying that this was, very, very easy to control. Which it is. I'm just overdoing it drastically. But this should be fairly straightforward from here on out now that I have, more control. I switched to my map. That was an accident. No, stop that. I actually, yeah. It's because I'm trying to press N and I'm just missing because I'm good at this. Okay, this should be it. The magnets between the docking ports should start to come into play here in just a second. Yeah, there they are. Okay, and there's that attachment. Arrest the movement so that it's not turning. Okay, and there's one attachment. Now there's only one other attachment that I'm going to put on there this episode, and we will see that in just a couple minutes. And we are back on the launch pad. So what we have here, and I realize it's kind of blurry, but what we have here on this giant mast is a ton of individual solar panel units, as well as foldable solar panel units. So in addition to all the solar panels that we have just kind of lining the tower here, we also have these 1x6 photovoltaics that we'll be deploying once we're attached to the station. But we're going to send this up. I realize it looks a little weird, but it'll do for now, at least until we get the Gigantor XL solar arrays. That's where my recording decided to cut out. I managed to launch it off of the pad and get it all. The power attachment, that is, the solar panel attachment. I managed to get it off the launch pad and dock to the station, and then realized that it stopped recording as I was trying to perform the last few maneuvers to reach the space station. So we're just going to we're just gonna launch this again. And I mean, this will be a good chance for me to send more stuff up there so that I can make it look symmetrical and make it look better. But I also have a chance now to name the space station, which I forgot to do when I was recording this before. So this is me recording this a day after I recorded everything else, but for some reason it just didn't want to record the actual docking of this bit. But that's okay. That gives me another chance to do more stuff, which I enjoy doing, which is why I do this in the first place. So I'm going to send this up there, and I will see you guys in orbit. Okay, and we are now closing in on the space station. Unfortunately, this is taking place at night, which is not ideal. But you can see the mast up on top there, on the silhouette of the space station, is the other power attachment that I brought up last time that didn't get recorded, but that's okay because now I get to make it look even better. So just gonna slow ourselves down so that we have no relative velocity to the okay, went a little too far, but that's okay because I have a way to get around this. Use the RCS instead of turning all the way back around just to try and stop it. So I'm going to decouple this here, drop that fuel. Now I'm just using monopropellant for this now. And I'm going to, whoop, that's the wrong way. I want to go this way. I want to just guide myself over towards the space station using RCS and dock myself on the opposite side of the of the existing solar panel unit, and I want to stop myself ideally before I smash into the solar panels. That'd be a good thing. Let's see. Stop. Okay. Now we want to go essentially vertical. Put ourselves right there. Rotate us slightly. Well, we'll rotate this way because I get a feeling that that's how the other one is oriented. Okay. I want to go down. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Either way, I'll fix it before we actually finish the docking maneuver. Okay, now we're in a good position to do that, and we want to go this way. Get ourselves right up next to the station. Just gonna kind of slowly walk ourselves in. And one thing I forgot to do last time, I forgot the control for fine controls, which happens to be caps lock. So I have those on now, as you can see from the blue arrows on my roll, pitch, and yaw indicators. But anyway, I am going to use those from now on because those are much better for guiding stuff in like this. This way. We're on the money. Okay, and that should be all right. Huh. Okay. Let's go ahead and time warp ourselves. Ooh, that frame rate is not great. Sorry about that. Got a lot of parts on this thing now, but we are now. Let's see. I guess I have to hand deploy all of these for some reason. So just bear with me for a few seconds. And at some point, once we have the Gigantor, what was that? Once we have the Gigantor XL solar arrays, we'll probably be replacing these because those are more efficient to travel with. They can be restored. These cannot be folded up and put back into their condensed states, unfortunately, which is annoying. But I think I missed a few on this side. There we go. That should be all of them. But yeah, the Gigantor XL solar arrays are much easier to manage because they can be folded away and, you know, stored for. I should say they can be restored, not restored, as in like refurbished or refinished or repaired. I mean restored as in put back into their containers. And that's just nice because for some reason, and you used to be able to do this with these, but you can't do that with the 1x6 or the 2x3 solar panel arrays anymore. But I mean, I guess that's just the way that goes. I don't know what exactly Squad has in mind, but I do want to do just a couple more things real quick. And this thing looks so cool when you turn it like this. But I don't think I want to have it turned this way because now the solar panels don't receive any light. So we're going to shove it back this way. So it's wobbling a little bit, but it's fine. So now I go back this way and look at it from this side. Aha! That thing looks so freaking cool so far. But one last thing before we cut this off, just going to rename the vessel. This is going to be a station, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, we're going to call this the Nexus. It may or may not be named that because I also play League of Legends. Don't think too hard about it. Okay, and that all looks good. We got the space station renamed, and after having to re-record this bit, I think all looks good. I like that I had the opportunity to put up another solar array, and now it looks symmetrical and even, which is everything that an OCD person could want. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Alright everybody, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for tuning in with me today. Make sure to go check out my League of Legends video that I posted on Monday. I do really like it. And make sure to stay tuned for Civilization 5 on Friday. As far as my objective to kind of shorten the videos a little bit, I think I did really well with that on my League video this weekend, or this Monday. And I'm doing fairly okay with keeping the Kerbal Space Program videos to about 20 minutes so far. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.